Good morning. It is Friday morning. This is October 6th, 2017. This is Ron Brown. These are a series of short videos that I'm going to be doing for my Insider Club, but I'm going to add them to the videos that I did previously. I'm going to try to keep each of these videos to around 5 or 6 minutes, but there are going to be several of them. In the previous videos, I mentioned several times about the Group Inclusion Report, or the GIR, and I'm going to try to explain this to those of you who are not familiar with HGSI, and even some of you who are familiar with HGSI. Now, this is a concept I came up with probably 3-4 years ago. I really don't remember, but what it allows us to do is to get information out of multiple smart groups. And I'm going to go back and review the smart groups. Smart groups are groups which are created by a filter and a combo ranking, and in most instances, and I'll use Woodward and Brown smart groups as an example, most instances the top 25 stocks based upon the smart group are truncated and placed in a smart group. Now, if I click on gross stocks from 10.5 from yesterday, notice that there are 25 stocks in here plus the group index. Now, of course, I know what every one of these smart groups consists of because I made every one of them, and I made most of them many years ago. But gross stocks is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to click on the green folder, let me do that again. If you want to right click on it and click on group properties, it gives you a very short description of the smart group. Now, all of these smart groups may not have that information, but you can always look at the program and see what the filters are made of. Now, let's just look at a few of these stocks that are contained in this list. I'm going to click through to the warehouse. Notice that I'm using the large icons right now, but I'm going to go ahead and change that. I prefer to use the small ones. This is a new computer. I just installed this. So I'll click on Use Small Toolbars. So now that I've switched, you can see that these icons are much smaller. But I'm going to transfer this group of stocks into what I call my scorecard view. Now, this is Scorecard Intraday. These are all my files which I create for the Insider Club, and if you don't want to create your own views, filters, and combos, you can join the club. You can either join annually for $200 or $25 a month, get the files, which I'm always updating. Anyway, these were the top gross stocks last night based upon the Group Inclusion Report, and I'm going to generate that Group Inclusion Report here in a minute. But this is just one of the component smart groups which goes into creating the Group Inclusion Report. It is not an automated process. We've talked about the possibility of automating it, but it just cannot be done. So you will have to create your Group Inclusion Reports automatically. Now, remember this group, it's just one of the many groups, and I'll go back to the Woodward and Brown. I use a lot of Woodward and Brown smart groups, but I also use Steckler, Gallardi, Jeffrey Scott, and Morales and Kasher in my Group Inclusion Reports. So what the object is to locate the stocks which are appearing most often in the Woodward and Brown groups that I just mentioned, and also the other groups. Now, the next video, I'm going to go through the process of creating a Group Inclusion Report and show you which groups are included and why. That's it for this video. Very short. I just wanted to explain the concept behind these Group Inclusion Reports.